Hi, my name is Miranda. I'm from Magical-Bali TV, and this is from our inspirational Toastmasters series.
Inspirational.
So if I interview them, that means they have something that inspires me, and I think will inspire you guys also. So here I have Reuben, and Reuben is the new district director. For those of you who are of 80 districts,
District 87.
district director of District 87, and for you who are not Toastmasters, you probably doesn't mean anything, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Well, for now,
Yep.
Hi Reuben, thank you for making the time
I'm
to
Miranda.
chat with me.
I'm Miranda. I'm glad I'm inspirational. I'm very flattered by you are inspirational to me.
Oh, God. You make me blush a little bit. But okay, we'll talk about you first, right? And so you're here. This is like your third
time in
fourth
Bali. Third time in Bali. Third time in Bali.
Okay.
Second time for Toastmasters.
Second time. So the first one not for
No,
Toastmasters.
no.
Okay.
The first one was before I was a Toastmaster.
Yeah. So how are you feeling this time coming to Bali as I guess a district officer?
Whew. I don't know. It's quite surreal.
Yeah.
The whole idea of being called a district officer or district director, and I don't know. I kind of hate it at one stage. I'm starting to accept it, but I
Okay.
still cringe a little bit when people go DD. I'm
Okay,
like,
we'll get into
yeah,
that a little bit later.
okay.
So I guess first thing first.
Yeah.
How did you learn about Toastmasters and what attracted you to join? A club.
Okay. That's an interesting question. You know, a long time ago, when people were telling me about Toastmasters, I made the same lame joke that everyone does. So you guys
What's
make toast
that?
here, where's your kaya and your butter? So I made the same joke. But there was once I was meeting up with a friend called Alan, and I'm sure you know Alan.
Yeah. Oh, okay, Elena.
Eleanor, and I was meeting up with Eleanor, and immediately after that I had to go meet another two people, Chris and Stuart, and everyone knows Chris and Stuart. So what happened then was that I told Alan, I need to cut this short. I'm gonna go meet my other friends, Chris and Stuart, and he says, oh, I know Chris and Stuart. I said, how do you know Chris and Stuart? So apparently they're from the same Toastmaster club. I said, why don't you come along? We'll go have coffee together, and we did. And over the course of that coffee session, I realized that here are three incredibly inspirational people, three people that I actually look up to, and they're all Toastmasters. So there must be something there. And when I asked Alan later on about it, he said, it's not about public speaking, it's about leadership. And that intrigued me. So I wanted to see what this leadership thing was. And I walked into the first meeting as a guest, and I was blown away because, you know, how often do you find, number one, a place where the timer impressed me because we time everything. That's
Yeah,
impressive. And secondly, the evaluations. Now that didn't impress me in the first place because you know how it is, right? You've got people who are doing table topics and they don't, and from a viewer's perspective, they may not necessarily answer the right question at the right time, out of context, and the table topics evaluator came up and he said, oh, you know, so you did really well, and this is the part where no, you did this well, you have a talent for this, and blah blah blah. I'm thinking, that's not right. There's something wrong with that. You know, you guys aren't either faking positivity or you're not very smart. But the second meeting, I was invited to do a table topic,
Right.
and I did a lot worse than I thought. Because you know, it's one thing to criticize somebody else and say, oh, he didn't do that well. But when you're put on the spot yourself, then you realize I suck equally as much as the other guy. But when I sat down, the table topics evaluator said the same thing. Reuben, you know, you're obviously a gifted speaker already, but there are some things, maybe the nerves got to you and so on and so forth. I'm thinking, I want to work for you. And that's when I realized that's what Ellen was talking about, leadership. So that's what attracted me to Toastmasters in the first place. On my fourth meeting, I signed up and I became a member.
Okay. Yes, I met you. I think about only 2 years ago, right?
2 years ago.
Yeah, and I know you're very close to the late Shawn Narcis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what did you get from being so close? You know, like I don't know whether you're good friends or you just like, you know, you learn a lot from him, and but you must have inherited something from him, learned something from him that is very useful or very meaningful for you.
Okay. I've known Shawn for a long time.
Oh, before Toastmasters?
Before Toastmasters, but I've known
Okay.
of him because
Uh-huh.
I come from a very small community. Brunei is a very small place,
Right.
and we kind of know each other.
Right.
But I've never really spoken much to him. But when I did join the club, and he took me under his wing, and
So he was like your mentor.
kind of. My mentor was his wife.
Oh, okay.
Rumi.
Yeah.
Rui's
yeah.
my mentor. But Shawn was always there to just watch out for me. And while he was really nice to everybody else, he was exceptionally mean to me.
Mean
Mean.
to you.
I thought he was being mean.
Like in what way when you said mean?
He'll tell me that's not good enough. That's not good enough. You're quite arrogant. And he can be quite blunt if you want to. That's something that not many people know about Shawn, but he was exceptionally tough on me. I remember there was one time we were organizing a club contest, and he would help everyone out with a club contest. You know, it was my first time being OC and everything. So I asked him, Shawn, can you help me out with this? He's like, go search for the resources yourself. And that's very un-Shawn. But then later on, I realized that maybe it was because he was leading me in a way that I needed to be led.
Okay, yeah.
There are some people in the world who you just can't compliment too much.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
maybe I was one of those
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, I think that's what Shawn is so special about. You know, like he seemed to know how to deal with each person.
Yeah.
He deals with them differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. But bring out the best in them.
Exactly. Exactly. But at the point where I was almost ready to fail, he would always catch me.
Ah.
And that's how I got really close with Shawn. Because I realized that here's a guy who's gonna call me out on the things that he thought wasn't right, but would save me when I was about to fall. So I thought that was something special.
Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was how it was done, but now I can see
Yeah.
that's how he was. You know,
Yeah.
he's always there,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he's gonna be like very straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
gonna tell you how it is.
Yeah.
But in such a caring and
Exactly.
that he's gonna be there
Exactly.
for you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So his passing was a great loss. I felt very very
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah. I think everybody lost something, and that's what makes him special.
Yeah.
Everybody lost something.
Yeah. Wow. So you've been a Toastmasters for how many years now?
3 years and 5 months.
5 months. So you're pretty young.
Oh, 3 years and
relatively,
6
right?
months. Yeah, very young. Toastmaster wise.
Yes. So I won't go into the details how you become a district director, but I'd like just to maybe for the audience who are not Toastmasters or even new Toastmasters and thinking about DD, DivD, AD, and all that. Maybe you can just explain a little bit what your title is or what your position is, what you actually do with your district director. So
Okay.
what does that mean?
Okay, a district director. Let's start from the very very basic, right?
Okay.
So when you join Toastmasters, you start off as a member.
Right.
Then you move. Then if you are so lucky, then you get elected up into becoming an executive committee member. And then you work your way up. Maybe you become a president. And you work your way up. Maybe you become an area director.
Right.
Then you become a division director. And if you so happen to be so lucky, then you become part of the senior district officers council thing. And then you work your way up, and you eventually become district director.
Right.
I am very fortunate that in my 4th month of being a Toastmaster, Shawn asked me if I would be VPM. So I asked him what exactly does a VPM do, and in typical Shawn fashion, he said, nothing much, bro, don't worry. and by that October of that year, by July of that year, he asked me if I would be interested in chartering a club at the university where I was teaching. And I thought about it, and a lot of our students at university, they do really well in school, but they just can't seem to find a job because they don't do so well in interviews. It's not something we prepare them for in universities.
Okay. Yeah.
So I thought that would have been a really good idea. So I said, yeah, Shawn, what does it take to charter a club? And again, in Shawn fashion, he said, nothing much, bro.
I just get 20 members.
Yeah, just get 20 members, and that was tough. That was really tough. But
Yeah, it's not easy.
Exactly.
Starting a
Yeah,
club.
and eventually we pulled through. We got 20 members, and I had an excellent team of young students.
Did you have to market or promote a lot?
We already had a ready market. The university
okay.
has 3,000 students,
Okay.
but it was a matter of weeding out which students were serious
Yeah.
about really wanting
Yeah.
to improve, or the ones that just wanted to add something to their CVs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
We found 20 members. We chartered the club, and that was in October. And by the time it got to February, he said, "Bro, what do you think about being division director?" And I asked him, "What exactly does division director do?" And this time he said, "Oh, don't play. I want a lot of work."
Alright.
So I took it on, and I let.
That's when I met you, right?
That's when we
Yeah.
met, and I came down here for the conference and the one that we were co-organizing together.
Right.
And shortly after that, the year after my division director year, I told Shawn I want to take a break. Everybody goes through that phase, right? You know, you do so much that you think I think I'm burnt out,
Yeah.
and I want to take a break. So he said, "Yeah, sure, take a break for a year." He's like, "Are you sure you don't want to run for anything? Like you don't want to be part of the chairs or the senior district officers?" I'm like, "Nah, no. I need to find some perspective." That's what I told him. I said, "I needed to find some perspective. I don't know what perspective I was looking for. I was trying to figure out if there was a life outside of Toastmasters." You ever get that feeling?
Yeah, yeah. You get so immersed and
Yeah.
embroiled in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for that year, which was last year July onwards.
2016, yeah.
Last year July onwards. I kept in contact with Shawn while he was still busy being the program quality director.
Right.
And he was telling me about the issues he was facing and the things that he had to go through, the kind of conflict he needed to resolve. And I was just thinking to myself, perspective is good. But upon his passing in December, shortly after, my predecessors came and asked me if it was something that I would be interested in taking up. And naturally I said, let me find some perspective. I remember that day that he passed, we were at the beach. And the last conversation we had, and I think this is the first time I'm telling this story. The last conversation that we had was, he asked me what I was interested in doing the following term, which is this term. And I said, I don't know, bro. I think I still need to find some perspective. And he was not happy about that. He said, I don't know what you intelligent people want to find perspective. What are you finding perspective on and everything? So I said, you know what, you think about what you want, and we'll talk about it after I go for a swim.